Good day everyone and welcome to another edition of In Case You Missed It. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Super Eagles head coach Chelle has returned to Europe in order to convince more foreign-born Nigerian players to switch allegiance to the Super Eagles. The incredible form of Galatasaray striker Osimhen continues as his brace against Fenerbahce buried the chances of Jose Mourinho winning a trophy in his debut season. Chelle is scheduled to meet with informal Arsenal midfielder Nwaneri this week. Still ensured from the Lookman display by some of his players in the recent 2026 World Cup qualifiers, Super Eagles head coach Chelle has started rebuilding his team for better performance when the qualifiers resume in September. The move to reorganize the Super Eagles will start this week, with Chelle expected in London to, among other things, hold talks with Arsenal star Nwaneri. Nwaneri scored a goal for the Young Lions in a friendly match against Portugal under 21 during the international break. The 18-year-old also made history in February as the youngest player to complete more than 5 dribbles and an assist in a single match against Leicester City. Super Eagles coach Chelle is eager to convince Arsenal star Nwaneri to represent Nigeria at the international level. According to Guardian, the former Mali coach remains optimistic about the Arsenal teenagers' potential to join the 3-time AFCON champions. The attacking midfielder is still eligible to play for the Super Eagles despite representing England under 21 team. Chelle, who is not happy with the team's performance during the World Cup qualifiers, was particularly frustrated by the 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe in front of the home fans. The 47-year-old is also planning to reorganize the Super Eagles central defense following the sloppy goals scored by the Warriors, exposing the deficiency. His son said, "Chelle will meet with Nwaneri in London this week. I am optimistic that he will see the reasons that he has more prospects of playing for the Super Eagles than the Three Lions." The source further stated that last week World Cup qualifiers, in which the Super Eagles drew 1-1 with the visiting Warriors of Zimbabwe, has revealed a lot of weaknesses in the team. He said, "The Super Eagles central defense need urgent revival. Even the midfield requires a major surgical operation as quickly as possible. Football belongs to the youth. As it is, the coach has to start a systematic process of replacing the old players." Meanwhile, former England star Ugochukwu has disclosed that Nwaneri, who has an outstanding performance for Arsenal, should go straight into Thomas Tuchel's first England squad. The attacking midfielder became the third youngest player to get a goal in the Champions League knockout stage. The former England midfielder is excited with Nwaneri's performance, branding him as the most exciting young footballer in England and maybe Europe. Ugochukwu told TNT Sport, "For me, I am certainly bringing him. Is that good? I don't think he needs the under-21s, in my opinion. He needs to go straight in with Thomas Tuchel. Use him, get him around the players, bring him off the bench, blooding him in. He's an England player for the next 10 to 15 years. Wonderful talent, great mentality. He's at the right club at the right time." As Super Eagles head coach Chelle returned to Europe to continue consultations after the March international break, during which he won 1 and drew the order of his first 2 games. Coach Chelle and his team of assistants are desirous of capping as many players who are eligible to play for the Super Eagles through their Nigerian route. He told the press last month, "We want to bring a lot of more competition in the Super Eagles squad." The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) has the big task of convincing some foreign-born players to switch nationalities and help the Super Eagles before the 2026 World Cup qualifiers resume in September. Nigeria beat Rwanda in Kigali before drawing Zimbabwe in Uyo during the 2 qualifier games in March, leaving the country's chances of qualifying for the tournament in the balance. The 2 games proved that the Super Eagles have weaknesses in most departments on the pitch, which need urgent addressing before the qualifier games against Rwanda and South Africa in September. September's matches will give the Super Eagles the chances to fight on, or effectively end their hopes of qualifying for the World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. In general, these players are young, vibrant, and playing regularly at their respective clubs in Europe. Here are the list of 5 foreign-born players the NFF and Chelle are looking to convince to play for the team. The first player is Adarabioyo. The NFF have been in active pursuit of the defender for many years, particularly during his time at Fulham, before making a switch down the street to join London neighbours Chelsea on a free transfer in the summer of 2024. At 27, could step in for the Super Eagles captain William who took responsibility for his lapse in defense, which cost Nigeria the victory over Zimbabwe in Uyo. He heightened rumors around him last year after sharing a picture on his X account, caption, Odogu. The second player is Leslie Ugochukwu. One of the concerns for Nigeria during the 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe was the lack of defensive midfielders who said to protect the defense. Bar Wilfred Ndidi, other Nigerian midfielders are central and attacking midfielders. Chelsea star Leslie Ugochukwu, who was linked to the Super Eagles in the past, is one of the ideal candidates to solve this problem and is reportedly open to playing for the Super Eagles, even though he still plays for France youth teams. The third player is Nwaneri. The Super Eagles of Nigeria lacks wingers who can make things happen from this position. No disrespect to first-choice stars Samuel Chukwueze and Osimhen, as they struggle to infuse creativity into the team and contribute significantly to goal scoring. According to Nigerian journalist Shina Oludare, the 17-year-old, who is eligible to represent England and Nigeria, will play for whichever country approaches him first, leaving a door open for the NFF to poach in. The next player is Jacob Murphy. The Newcastle United winger is eligible to represent Nigeria through his father. According to Ongo Nigeria, he declined an initial approach by the NFF as he continues to wait for an England call-up at 30. And the last player is Kani Chukwuemeka. Chelsea midfielder Chukwuemeka is similar to most current options in the Super Eagles, particularly Alex Iwobi, but he could push the Super Eagles options going forward. The Borussia Dortmund man, who is on loan from Chelsea, has been capped by England at the youth level. After helping Galatasaray defeat fierce rivals Fenerbahce in the 2024-2025 Turkish Cup quarterfinals, Victor Osimhen shared his thoughts on scoring a brace. The Nigerian striker made no mistake in opening the scoring in the first half after winger Paris Afayi accidentally deflected an area ball into his path. He added the second minutes later from the penalty spot after his teammate Karl Ayan was fouled in the box, with the Nigerian striker making it 2-0. Fenerbahce attacker Sebastian Szymanski made it 2-1 just before halftime, leaving the game open in the second half. But chaos dominated the next 45 minutes. With no goal in the second half, Osimhen braced helped Galatasaray reach the quarterfinals and limited Fenerbahce manager Mourinho's chances of a debut trophy. Osimhen, speaking to the media after the match, quoted by Galatasaray.org, said the team was motivated by the 2-1 loss to Besiktas in the Istanbul derby last weekend. The in-demand Nigeria striker said, "We know that Galatasaray Fenerbahce matches are intense and difficult matches. It is necessary to focus from the first minute to the 90th minute. We were actually optimistic when we came. Unfortunately, we made our fans unhappy last week. We have to play well here to compensate for them. Now we will look at the upcoming matches and progress match by match." Osimhen once again reassured his love for the club and also praised his teammate for helping him, promising that he will do everything to help them win. He said, "As I have said in previous interviews, I have really loved this club since I came here. I love the people here. I love the fans. I want to reciprocate their love by working hard." Osimhen also mentioned the importance of his teammates and admitted scoring a goal in the derby was something special. He said, "If my teammates had not done very important things, I would not have been able to score those goals. I am grateful to them in this regard. I want to continue my performance. I want to do everything I can for the team," he concluded. The Nigerian star contributed to the chaos in the derby match after clashing with Milan Skriniar, with both players shown a yellow card. As seen a video posted on Twitter, Osimhen somersaulted multiple times in front of the Fenerbahce fans after the match. Galatasaray will face Konyaspor in the semi-finals between April 22nd and 24th. This weekend in the world of football saw a fascinating mix of performances from Super Eagles stars in Europe, with Super Eagles main stars Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman struggling to make an impact. Meanwhile, others, notably those overlooked by the national team, stole the spotlight with their impressive displays. Zaredisas, who has been overlooked by the Super Eagles, celebrated a milestone as he became a Rangers FC Centurion with ordering appearances. Disa scored his 12th goal of the season in a 4-3 win over Dundee FC, a feat that highlighted his consistency and prowess in front of the goal. Leon Balogun also featured in the match, contributing to Rangers' success and demonstrating his enduring influence in the Scottish Premier League. Meanwhile, Iheanacho, another player rejected by the Super Eagles, scored the first league goal in 2 years and first goal for Middlesbrough in their comeback victory over Oxford United in the EFL Championship, marking a significant turnaround for the Nigerian striker who has been struggling to find form. In contrast, Super Eagles superstars Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman had a quiet weekend, with Osimhen's Galatasaray suffering their first defeat of the season in the Istanbul Derby, a match that saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer mastermind a tactical victory for his opponent. Despite his team loss, Osimhen remains the top scorer in the Turkish Super League, a testament to his goal-scoring ability and impact on the pitch. Lookman, on the other hand, was unable to make an impact against Fiorentina, with former Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea proving to be a formidable barrier in goal, caging Lookman's attacking efforts throughout the match. In England, Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey endured a tough day as Fulham were knocked out of the FA Cup by a rampant Crystal Palace. Eberechi Eze started for the winners and showed his blistering form in a match that highlighted the gulf in class between the two teams. Despite their disappointment, both Iwobi and Bassey have been integral to Fulham's campaign this season, providing crucial contributions in various roles across the pitch. Ola Aina yet again proved why he is considered one of the best right back in the world. The Nigerian star pulled a stunning performance against Brighton to help Nottingham Forest reach the semi-final of the English FA Cup. In Germany, Victor Boniface returned to form with a goal for Bayern Leverkusen, helping them keep pressure on Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. Boniface demonstrated his ability to bounce back from setbacks, especially after the dope performance for the Super Eagles. Frank Onyeka continued to impress for Augsburg, proving his worth after being overlooked for the Super Eagles by Eric Chelle, a decision that has been questioned by many, given Onyeka's consistent display in the Bundesliga. In France, Terence Murphy made his return to action for OGC Lens, though they lost to Monaco, marking an important step in his recovery from a long-term injury layoff and providing a boost to Nice's attacking options. In Czech, Rafael Durosemin netted 2 goals and assisted another in a big win against Victor Olatunji Sparta Prague, highlighting his attacking ability. In Belgium, Tolu Arokodare overcame a penalty miss to score his 18th league goal for Genk, demonstrating his resilience and determination in a match that saw him shake off early disappointment to make a significant impact. Also in France, Moses Simon took his league goal tally to 7, but ended up on the losing side against Le Havre, a result that was disappointing despite his efforts. In Italy, Samuel Chukwueze was a second-half substitute in AC Milan's defeat to Napoli, a match that saw him struggle to make an impact in a tightly contested encounter. Elsewhere, Maduka Okoye faced a tough outing as Inter Milan proved too strong for Udinese, with the Nigerian goalkeeper unable to prevent a 2-1 defeat despite his best efforts.